Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel. So in today's tutorial we are going to go over list slicing in Python. So working with lists in Python is very important since Python has a different syntax compared to other programming languages like C++, Java, JavaScript. So if you're coming from those backgrounds, it's very important that you understand how to utilize list slicing in Python. It's really one of the biggest syntactical advantages of Python over other languages, so in my view at least, right? So I'm going to create my list, and then I'm going to create an empty list, and I'm going to assign to it some numbers, just some random numbers. Okay, this should be 3, and then 4, and then 5, and then 6, 7, and then 8. Okay, we have those 8 numbers in our list. So I'm just going to print out my my underscore list, and then I'm going to run that. Now we have that list, right? So if you want to select an element from the list, you just say my list, and then put in here the index. For example, I want to select the first element, and then I'll get back 1, right? And then we can select the second element. I know most of you are familiar with this, right? So that's how we can work with it. So now let's go to one of the common way of doing list slicing in Python. So for example, we can just do this syntax, so from 0 until 4. So if I run this, we get all the elements from the 0th index to the 3rd index, because the upper bound is excluded. So if you put in 4, you get elements for the last element to be at index 3. That's what we got back. So that's how you can do one of the common ways that we do list slicing in Python. Now we just said where to start from and where to end, right? So we cannot, maybe I want to say I want to start from element at index 1 to element at index 3. So that's how you can say that, right? So now there's also one optional that we can provide, which is the step, right? How many steps you should take. We can call it a stride, right? So if I say by default it is 1, right? So if I put in here 1, we'll get back the same result as before. If I put this, I can change the steps. Maybe I put in steps of 2, and let me try to make this to be 0. So you can see we got back only 1 and 3, because this will move 1 to print this, and then move 2 steps, 1, 2, and then return 3, and then we can move another 2 steps, so we get only back 1 and 3. So that's how we can specify the steps, right? Maybe if I change this to be maybe the 8 elements, so I can go 8 and go 8, and then this will just be a stride of 2. So we get back we got back 1, 2, 1, 3, 5, and 7. So that's how we can specify the stride, like the steps to take. So that's one of the things that we can do, right? So now let's go back to one thing else we can do. We can save my underscore list, and then we can provide in here. If you don't provide anything, you just say a colon. This is going to return to all the elements within from our list, right? So now let's not specify it where to end. So if you don't specify where to end or where to start, it's going to take all elements. Now we didn't specify where to start, we didn't specify where to end, but you can specify a stride of 2, meaning that it's going to return all the elements by moving a step of 2. That's what it means. And you can also use this syntax to reverse it. So you can say -1. So what this simply means that you want to take all the elements with a step of 1, but you want to start stepping steps from the back of the list. So this is going to reverse our list. So we're going to get back the list in a reverse order. This is the same as doing a list to reverse. Okay, that's how you can do that. So now we can also go ahead and actually see how we can use this to delete elements and stuff like that. So you can say del, and then my underscore list, we can pass in here when we want to delete elements from index 0 to index 2. So I can put in there 3. So run this, it is going to delete all those elements. So if I print back my list, and then I'll get only those elements. So that we can also delete elements like that. We can also make it copy elements. We can say my list 2, and then you're going to assign it to my my underscore list, and then in you can provide in all the elements. So we're simply going to copy all the elements into the specific list. So if I do my underscore list 2, this is going to return to us all the elements in that list. So I just copy the elements from this list into that other list. So that's how we can do list slicing in Python. By the way, this is called the sushi operator. These are 2 colons, right? The colon is called the sushi, the sushi operator, like the sushi, this sushi, this one, right? It's called the sushi operator in Python. So I hope this tutorial was helpful for you, and now you have a clear understanding of how you can do list slicing in Python. So whenever you don't, it's not compulsory to use list slicing. Just stay away from list slicing, because most Python developers do not understand list slicing, and if you use it, you might confuse other guys. But feel free to use it whenever it's helpful to your project, whatever that it is that you are building. So I hope this tutorial was helpful for you. If it was, kindly consider subscribing to my channel for more Python trick videos like this, machine learning, data science, and Python tutorials in general. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Please hit the like button to support my channel. Also subscribe and hit the notification bell so that YouTube can you can be the first one to be notified whenever I upload new videos. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Keep safe.